First time I saw W221 was in Japan in 2006 on BBC Two in my living room with my family. It was season 8, episode 4. Sir Jeremy Clarkson drove this car like it was stolen. I have never seen a review like that of an S-Class, and back then I was already a fan of W140. And for me, this review was as fascinating as girl French kissing me for the first time. Sound, driving style, technology, the delivery of the review just made me fall in love in this car. Then I grew older, I drove it for a few times, I drove W222, W220, and then I understood the value of this wonderful vehicle. In my opinion, season 8 was one of the best seasons of automotive entertainment. I am very happy looking at this particular W221, because this car has the rarest history of any W221 I have ever seen. I work in automotive industry for more than 13 years. I have bought and sold many W221s, but this one is very interesting. So this car's year production is 2006, and the owner decided to change all the bumpers and headlights and taillights and everything that was in the facelift version and put it in his car that was a pre-facelift version to make an exact copy of a facelift version. Usually that means that car was in an accident, and the owners, when they change the bodywork and they're like, okay, already I'm changing bodywork and I'm ordering parts, why not to make this car into a facelift version, because it looks much better than the pre-facelift. And in my long experience in trading, that was usually the case. But our case is very different. After the Mercedes introduced wonderful facelift, owner decided to make his car look fresh. Without any accidents, nothing happened to it, he just ordered the new parts. After he finished everything, polished everything, and everything was looking nice, he drove it for a few days, and then he enjoyed his shiny new W221 for a few weeks after that. And then one lucky car crashed at his back fender and slightly damaged the sexy blue whale butt that he has. Of course, he fixed everything, but the story is hilarious. Despite the slight fender bender, this car is gorgeous. It is as hot, as beautiful, educated, tall, sophisticated, and very toxic as Chernobyl girl that you married and she will never change, and you're okay with that. And you still love her with huge passion as the first day you met her. She spends a lot of money, she drinks she consumes fuel all the time, but still she's very hot. This car looks aggressive, intimidating, royal, and fast. Every time I see loved and well taken care of W221 on the road, I get motivated to earn more money and be a better husband, father, and of course be a better boyfriend to my girlfriend. Instantly I imagine how I drive this car and I floor it and destroy all the EV cars with my petrol engine that makes wonderful noise and goes anywhere I want to go. I already have many reviews of W221 and I will continue reviewing this magnificent piece of German engineering just because it arouses my body when I look at this car and talk about it and think of it and I drive it. Just all that makes me very happy downstairs. Look at this white front, it is just perfect. Back of the car also looks nice and tight. This is one of the sexiest back in the automotive industry. From every angle, this is a good looking car. I hate taking pictures with cars, I just hate taking pictures in general, but even I was typical Balkan father when I saw this car. I could not resist hugging it and taking a picture of it. It's just perfect. And I will put it in my collection of things that I hate doing, but I do it anyway because I find some nice, beautiful, rare cars. Illumination is gorgeous everywhere. Front facelift lights were based on woman eye with ton of very sexual makeup, and that's why front of the car is so beautiful and so desirable, and you want to look at it and you enjoy it when you look at it, because German designers knew what they were doing. Every centimeter of this car is nice, is prestige. It delivers itself like a very sophisticated product. Interior is also a very beautiful masterpiece in this car. Real leather with first grade plastics, not the smelly recycled cheap plastics like in BMW F series. We have real wood, beautiful clock, real thick leather everywhere, all over the interior. Everything is very beautiful, expensive and natural. Door car is just a piece of art. We have place for storage where you can store your cash. Also we have a huge, very beautiful piece of leather, and The dog car is so big that you can just climb on it and sleep like you were sleeping in the arms of your mother as you were infant. Stitching and buttons are stylish and luxurious. Even the buttons behind the steering wheel are nice to touch. You will never see them, but it feels good when you touch them and when you use them. Mercedes entertainment system is easy to use and pleasant to operate. All the buttons are in the right place and in the right order. The sound isolation is so good and you feel so special and loved, like Angela Merkel herself taking care of you and all of your businesses and problems that you have in your life. And that's why I love this car very much. Alcantara on the roof is pleasant to look at and very pleasant to touch. Everything in the front takes away the pain that you accumulated during your life. At the back, the healing treatment surprises you with its beautiful wooden table, million buttons that sole purpose of existence to please your needs. Also, we have headphones that were never used, remote control, refrigerator, and also very slow cup holders that arrive to you in very luxurious way. They're not fast at all. That's sometimes, and maybe it will annoy you in the long term. Also, you can connect your PS2 or PS3 and play with your friends. Interior is the best place in the world to be in. It can replace any marriage counseling. Just take your spouse and get in the back of the car and enjoy the peak of 2000s luxury. I'm very confident it will be cheaper and more useful than therapy. Under the hood, we have naturally aspirated 5.5 liter V8 that I love more than calling my ex-girlfriend at 3 a.m. and telling her that she will never be happy. This engine is just magnificent. It develops 388 brake horsepower and 530 Newton meters of torque. 0 to 100 will happen in very fun 5.4 seconds and also very exciting seconds. Problems with this car in 2025 are solely dependent on previous owner and how deep his or her pockets were. If this car was loved and well taken care of, then it will serve you, but it will still demand money on regular maintenance. I saw W221 with this engine that had 400,000 kilometers on its odometer, with the same transmission and no problems at all with the engine or any other issues. Car was tight as a drum. If you change oil in the transmission every 60-70,000 kilometers, it will last up to 500,000 kilometers easily. 7-speed gearbox hates aggressive cold starts and does not like aggressive starts in the winter and doesn't like the burnouts. Drive it adequately and it will last you up to 500,000 kilometers, as I said before. I have few friends that drove W221 very aggressive without warming up the transmission, and then it just broke down. To fix it all was about $800, but he fixed it and he learned the lesson, and now he just warms the transmission and then he drives it like a lunatic. And anyway, nothing is wrong with the car because he doesn't do the burnouts and he gains some speed, then he floors it. He doesn't floor it from the start. In general, when you drive it aggressively, even the engine chain can stretch much faster. If you will not clean radiators every 60,000 kilometers, you will have problems with overheating, and also you will have some problems with cooling leaks, and that all will lead to scratches on the engine wall. So you must pay attention to all the cooling leaks and to the overheating. Car will not say that it has problems with the overheating. It will maintain normal temperature, but it will be stressed and it will not properly cool the engine, especially this huge V8. The big question is it worth buying S500 in 2025? Absolutely yes. If you have no money to maintain it, then do not even look at it or dream about it. You need to keep at least $10,000 in your safe just for a rainy day if you're owner of W221 in 2025. If you have some spare cash and you feel comfortable financially and you want W221, then you must find W221 with full service history and continue maintaining that history. Then you will enjoy this wonderful car. No luxury car today can come even close to the magic that this car will deliver to you. I love W221 and I will never stop loving it.
What I love about the W221 is that it has this heavy luxury feel of the car, same as W140. W220 was lighter, much lighter, and the W222 also feels lighter. You don't feel that heavy luxury that you need in a huge four-door sedans to really experience that feel of a tank. And you need that feel of a tank when you're talking about a big German sedan. When you floor it in the V8, it disappears immediately. It becomes elephant on steroids that just really effortlessly gaining speed non-stop, and that's amazing. This car is model year production 2006, and it has some issues. This window does not open. It makes some noises in the rubber when you close the door. The soft closed door makes noises everywhere. Audio system is wonderful. What else? This wonderful golden color ambient lighting is just brilliant. I love it so much. It just comforts me. It pleases me all the time. Issues. Engine makes some noise that I do not like, and I think it needs proper radiator cleaning, like all of the radiators. What else? And maybe there are some places where the air is leaking from the air suspension. But the price of this car is very cheap in Uzbekistan, so it does make a good sale. All of the bumpers there are changed into the more aggressive new restyling bumpers, and the headlights also new. And yeah, that's it. I think that's it. But that's not a problem. That's just cosmetic thing that really nice to look at. I love W221. I will buy W221 when God will bless me with the financial abilities to buy it. After W140, I'm buying this car because this is, like, for me, it's just excellent vehicle that I truly enjoy just sitting in. I don't care what engine it has, 350 or S500 or S600, because just the experience is wonderful. The smell of early 2000s, the smell of a Mercedes from 2000s is really just unmistakably wonderful. I've done many W221 videos, and I continue making them, especially when it's such a beautiful car. Even that everything is changed and not from the factory, many things are here, but for me it's just perfect tool for cruising. It's a huge, enormous car that you really appreciate and really like. I have very soft spot in my heart for this vehicle, for 2000s Mercedes and for the 90s Mercedes, because I think they are one of the best cars that Mercedes ever made or will make. There are some good 2000s cars, but this era of Mercedes, I think, is just peak era. And 80s also, some of the 80s. Just the handling of the car, you feel the heaviness when you turn it. You need some work to make it jiggle and wiggle the right way you want it. But when you do it, the satisfaction of driving this car fast is enormous, especially with this engine. But really, you don't want to drive this car fast. Just sometimes, maybe twice a year, when somebody annoys you on the road and you want to overtake them. But 99% of the time, you will just be cruising in this car without thinking about anything. And that's the perfect thing about this vehicle. It really speaks to me. It's it's like a psychiatrist that is not so expensive. You just get in and you cruise around, and it will be your perfect meditation tool for any man who is 35 plus, who's overweight, has spoiled kids, spoiled wife, mortgage, and doesn't know when his days will be over or when he will have testicular cancer. This car really takes all the anxiety away and just relaxes you, and that's just a great thing today. Unfortunately, maintaining them is not cheap. But you can find good variants with perfect service history that are loved. And if you continue spending the same amount of money on just maintenance, and nothing will go wrong except of a air suspension. It will go eventually. Doesn't matter what you do with it. It will break down. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about this wonderful vehicle. Take care and bye bye.